So, how to 10x your revenue with your Instagram theme page business? Let's get straight into it. The IG theme page process. So, there's a four-step process. First, launch of your account, then growth and offer, then selling and improving, and then scaling and positioning. So, first of all, launch of your account. You need to be launching your account. So, you need to choose your niche, the niche you want to go into. We basically have three main ones on Instagram, like relationship, wealth, and health. And then in those niches, you can choose a sub niche, like for example, wealth. Sub niche in wealth can be a business mindset, business niche or a finance niche, etc. Then choosing your color scheme, you usually choose three colors, for example, black, white, and one main color, like red or blue or whatever color you want to use. Then choosing caption and content, right? So you don't want to have like a very long caption, you want to have a short one, but you can basically conclude like 90 to 80% of what we're talking about now in your market research that you do based on other pages, right? So you just research other pages, small, big, and medium, or small, medium, and big accounts. For example, small can be 0 to 10K followers, medium can be 10K to 200K followers, and then 200K to a million can be big, for example. Then choosing your content pillars, you want to choose like three main content pillars that you want to base your content off of. So, for example, on my page, Billionaire Director, I have three main content pillars, which are business, mindset, and investing, and I post around those topics basically. Then choosing your page layout goes along the line of like your bio, choosing the bio, the name, the username, etc. So everything around your account that people see. You can compare this a lot with other accounts as well to like define what you should exactly do. Then growth and offer, organic growth, you can basically implement strategies of follow for follow, engaging strategies, early engagement, and a remix strategy. The follow for follow, I wouldn't really recommend too much, just because you can do this in a way to get like very high quality followers at the beginning of your page. But usually the reason why people follow you is because you follow them, right? So there's not really like a reason for them to follow you because of like the content you post, but more because you give them a follow first. Then engaging strategies, I would recommend for everyone to use those up to like 10 to 20K followers. Then early engagement, super good strategy to use as well to get early engagement onto your account and your posts. Then remix strategy, this goes along the lines of new features that Instagram bring out, right? So new features of that Instagram bring out, they want people to basically use it, right? They want people to use the new features, stay active with that, and see what the response are, so they can improve and keep people on the apps longer. That's basically the strategy there. So you want to be aware of like new features that come out. Then partnerships and collaborating, really good one. Shout out for shout out as well. Selling your own service versus selling someone else's service. So selling your own service, this could be something to do with coaching or selling your own digital product or physical product, etc. Even if you don't necessarily know what you're going to be selling in the future, don't worry. But if you do feel like you want to be selling your own, then start working towards that one thing that could also play along the lines of the topic you chose for your page. So let's say you have a fitness page, you're not going to be choosing or selling a service of yourself. I don't know, giving dating advice, right? That doesn't really go along the line of fitness. So you do want to make sure the topics do um, play along the same line. So selling someone else's a service or product can basically be something to do with affiliate marketing, where you basically promote a certain product or service on your page, so on your stories or posts, etc. And you basically get a certain amount of commission based on the sales you get through your link that you promote, right? So let's say I click on your link, buy something, then you get 50%, and the owner of that product or service gets 50% as well. Then selling and improving, you basically have outbounds and inbounds. Outbounds is basically like it is really to do with sales. I won't get too in depth with this, but outbounds is basically where you reach out to someone first, and then inbounds are like messages that you get from people who are interested in a certain topic. Then second, sales processes. So you could literally grab all your traffic and try to get them into your DMs. Then through the DMs, you can qualify people, etc., book calls with people, and then try to close them on what you eventually sell. You can also get and receive and book calls through the link in bio, or have a website slash landing page. Then number three, tracking your numbers and improving. This is really important since sales is literally an 80 to 90% of tracking your numbers and then improving based off of those. If certain numbers are off, you've got to be thinking of how to redesign the sales process in a way to solve that issue. It may seem complicated to you now, but don't worry, and it will be fine. But it's more so that you need to realize, okay, these are the things that are really important in this and these areas. So also being unique, you don't want to be selling some random ass offer. You want to be creating something unique, and this can go or this can take a long time. Basically, I mean, you're constantly wanting to develop the thing you sell, because that's what it's all about. You have to be selling something that can actually give a lot of value to people, and when people buy your product or service, they're going to be like, "Holy shit, that was so valuable." So number four, scaling and positioning. Scaling really has to do with trying to identify a few problems. Usually they're either traffic, conversion, not being able to deliver your offer to more people, so not being able to handle the amount of leads or clients you're trying to get, not having a lot of traffic, as I mentioned before, or for example, not getting a lot out of your clients, right? So the LTV, the lifetime value of a client. So increasing traffic basically comes down to buying more pages, paid growth, and starting new ones. Then increasing LTV and offers. So increasing your offer is basically to make them better. Increasing LTV is basically the lifetime value of a client. So when a client starts out with you at stage one, and he's been a part of your company for like 2 years now, what's the lifetime value of that client? Like, has he been sold to multiple times or just once, etc.? The thing is, you don't want to be selling to your clients once, you want to be selling them to them multiple times to then increase their lifetime value. Then increasing conversion, this basically goes along the lines of like increasing certain marketing materials you use or the way you position certain things, etc. Focus on high ROI tasks and outsourcing the low ROI tasks. This basically means that high return on investment tasks are things that really drive your business, for example, sales, etc. Then low ROI tasks can be something to do with content creation for your theme pages. Then your life mindset versus your business mindset. Your life mindset is basically a mindset that you should try to adopt for yourself with really trying to become a winner, trying to become very responsible and taking ownership of all the shit you do in your life and holding yourself accountable for that. So let's say you feel shit, and you're basically sitting inside all day and eating snacks and staying up late and doing whatever and consuming bad content, etc., then you have to take ownership of the shit you do. And obviously, not everything can be taken ownership of in a way. But this is the key thing to move forward with your kind of life mindset as well, but also for your business. So defining your why as well. So defining your why just goes along the lines of just asking yourself, why am I here? Why did I even join this? Why am I listening to Alex talk about all of the shit basically? Defining your why also goes along the lines of why am I why do I want to become like X, Y, and Z person? Why do I want to do this? Why? And this is something that can take a long while, but it is super, super important to also give you the underlying drive. And if you don't know exactly your why, it will develop over time as you start doing things. So your business mindset, be okay with taking risks. You have to take risks constantly, constantly, constantly. You have to be taking risks left, right, and center and do a lot of things. That's basically what it comes down to in business. You want to act fast. And even though you're not doing it as well, you basically want to act. And the person who doesn't act and wants to do it perfectly will have missed the train and you will have basically reaped the fruits. Then your network is your net worth. Let's say your business goes to shit, then you always have your network that you can either get a job with or you can reach out to, etc. I've had this multiple times where my business completely went south on a few areas, and I just reached out to a few people to then help me with that one thing that was going to shit, and they helped me and showed me certain things. But the main rule for your network is that you have to give, and then ask something in return. Then realizing, reflecting, and concluding. You first have to realize a certain thing you do, right? So let's say you're eating crisps all day, then you need to reflect, do I really want to be eating crisps all day and getting fat? Okay, and then concluding, no, I don't want to be doing that, so I'm going to the gym. This is the golden rule for anything. Same with business stuff that goes wrong. And in life and in business in general, it's not really that complicated in a way of improving certain things, right? We all procrastinate and we all overthink about certain stuff, but applying simple rational rules will definitely change the way you do certain things and the way you will achieve certain things as well. Same with business, same with life. Then perceived perspective is key. So let's say you have a certain perception of, let's say sales, right? Let's say you go into a sales conversation very judgmental of, oh no, he's from a poor country, and no, his motivation isn't good, and this and that. Meanwhile, you haven't even talked to that person. So without even talking to a person, you can't be judging them based on text they wrote, right? So let's say I'm a person that is very introvert on the text and very extrovert while speaking, then it doesn't make sense why you're judging it that way. So in that way, perceived perception is key. Then being open to delegating tasks, you want to be delegating tasks as soon as possible so you probably start out with wanting to do everything yourself and learning everything yourself, and then it's going to be scary to let go as well. Then cash flow is important. You want to keep the cash flow going so you can basically evolve with your business as well. Obviously, there can be times where the cash flow is completely down or dead even, but as long as you're working towards that certain goal and have a plan, that's when it's okay. So reflecting on current life situation, you have to be reflecting on like the past, but also the present and the future, right? So, for example, if you're, I don't know, sitting at home right now and you're watching this and you're thinking of going to the gym or doing X, Y, and Z, then reflect on the reason why you want to go, reflect on your why, and just do it or just don't. Go all in 100% or go all out 100%. Don't be in the middle with procrastinating, etc. Letting your decisions in life be controlled by that little bitch in your head. I'm not sure if you ever read Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins, but it basically goes on and on and on about that little bitch. So being aware of which stage you are in, right? So with business, there are multiple stages you are in, with like the introduction phase, the growth curve, maturity slash stabilization phase, and then the decline. So you want to be analyzing what phase you're in to also make the best decisions. You can also have someone else analyze it for you if you don't know exactly what phase you're in, but usually you can find it on the internet and then decide it for yourself. And create a plan for yourself, right? So creating a plan on why it is important. This can relate to your why as well. So creating a plan is not just about writing something down on a piece of paper. It allows you to backtrack, analyze, and reflect on how certain things went, right? So let's say I have 20 million different plans for the business and I write down one thing and I execute 10 things, and I'm going to be forgetting about that one thing or that one thing that flopped, and I'm going to be focusing on the nine things that worked. But then I will never reflect because I forget what I actually had in my head as a plan, first of all. So it's really good to write it down, map it out, etc. So do not overcomplicate the plan. Keep it to the point, but do calculate how much of what it is going to take you to get you where you want to be. So this goes along the lines of time, effort, money, resources, people, uh, energy, whatever it is, right? Then set goals for your business. Set short, mid, and long-term goals if you want to hit, and create a plan around them on how you're going to achieve them, right? So I have goals for 10 to 20 years from now, but I also have goals for a year from now or even a couple of months from now. So I want to eventually, the goals that are in a month from now are also they also have to do with the bigger picture of 10 to 20 years from now. So it's all working towards that one goal, the one vision you have. And eventually, I didn't even get the vision that I had at the start, right? I've been developing that as I go. And that's the rule with this, especially online. You just got to do stuff. You just got to implement it. You've got to learn X, Y, and Z, put it into practice, set a goal, set a plan, um, make the plan around your goals, map out little smaller goals and increments that you can then achieve in the meanwhile that you know that you're working towards that one big goal. Because everyone says, I want to get rich, I want to make 10K a month, blah, blah, blah. But you have to break it down first, then create a plan, stick to that consistently, 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 and that's what will bring you to the big goal. So you can compare it to when you were younger and you wanted to be down to play your favorite video game you just got for your birthday, etc. That is the desire you want to create. So setting the goals also allows you to create that burning desire and let it come out like nothing before, right? So those goals can really drive you to eventually achieve that one big thing. And you want to basically fall in love with the whole process. That's basically what it comes down to. So key traits to follow, consistency. Falling back on your mindset is not the way to go. Crafting an unbreakable rhythm slash routine for yourself will get you all the results, right? So let's say you're always thinking about developing your mindset and becoming the most indestructible man or whatever. Okay, fine, but everyone can break in a certain way. Everyone can, but it's how you pick yourself up as well. And how you do that is to have a certain rhythm slash routine you follow every single day relentlessly. And even though you're showing up for 50%, you're still going to the gym, you're doing this, you're doing that, you're doing that, and you're progressing forward. So action taking action like a madman, getting shit done in your business comes down to how fast you progress. And the only way to fast track this is to take more action. Then confidence. Becoming a confident person is needed to own a business. It won't be easy at first, but all successful people are confident people. Confidence is key. And when I say confident people, I don't mean people who walk into the room like this, like, oh, I'm so confident and really showing it to everyone, but they're all confident in their own way. And the way you create confidence is by just creating that simple routine, that rhythm, mapping out the goals, mapping out the plan, and really sticking to that, really trying to First, take control and hold yourself accountable for all the things you do in your life and the current things you're currently doing, right? Even if you're eating crisps right now, like throw them away, go to the gym, man. Then laser focus, removing all the noise out of your daily life will help you to get that pure laser focus towards hitting your goals. And with noise, I basically mean um, the way you consume content on your phone, the way you have notifications popping up on your phone constantly, the way you certain things you eat during the day, right? It can be anything related to things that come in and interrupt your input and the things internal, so the external things coming in, and the external is basically the things that you can control to a certain point, which then will also lead to a better control of the internal. So, long term versus short term, long term goals are the ones that will win. Mapping out a plan and working with a consistent focus way towards that one goal is the one thing that you want to try and do. I would also highly recommend you to read the book called Goals by Brian Stacy. Really, really good one. Then, instant versus delayed gratification, delaying all gratification and realizing you have to control your emotions, impulses, or behavior is also going to be key into creating that big routine that you want to do for yourself. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let the community know some of your key traits that you want to follow and work on. And I hope you enjoyed this video module, and I'll see you in the next one.